Hello, my name is Natalie Chow, and I'm a current undergraduate student here at the University of Guelph. I would like to welcome you to the College of Biological Science convocation this afternoon. The University of Guelph takes great pride in our graduands, and we take great pride in this convocation as well. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the proceedings today. The ceremonials used for conferring degrees have evolved over a millennium, and the gowns and hoods represent that history. In general, the gowns for the baccalaureate and magistrate programs are black, and the color of the hood is different for each degree program. The doctorates at the University of Guelph have a bright blue gown, and the honorary degrees are an even brighter color. The University of Guelph crest that you can see on the curtains behind me and on the front of the convocation program also represents our specific history. The emblem in the crest shows links with the royal city of Guelph through the white stallion, the connection to the liberal arts through the book, to sciences through the astrolabe, and our connection to abundance and agriculture through the cornucopia. The University of Guelph motto, Rerum cogna carausis, is a quote from Virgil. It is variously translated to mean, happy is the one who is able to ascertain the reason of things, or perhaps to know the meaning of things. The procession of people into the hall are also influenced by ancient tradition. The piper will herald the start of the graduands, the students who are coming to graduate today. This will be followed by the arrival of the mace leading the platform party. The mace is a symbol of the authority of the university and will be carried by the beadle. In medieval universities, the beadle was chosen by the instructor as the assistant. Today, the beadle is a ceremonial officer of Senate. Following the beadle and the mace is the vice-chancellor, members of the administration and honorees, fellows of the university, members of the board and senate, and members of the faculty and staff. The degrees will be conferred in the order that you see in your program. The degrees are separated by categories representing the specific degree being awarded within the college. We will begin with the doctrines and the magistrates, followed by the baccalaureate degrees. The name reading will announce the degree being awarded at the start of each category. As the name of each student is called, the beadle will place the ceremonial hood over the student's shoulders. This moment will be videoed and, technology willing, there will be a simultaneous live cast of the event to allow family and friends to watch from a distance. The Vice-Chancellor will then confer the degree. We understand the joy accompanying such an auspicious occasion, but we ask that you hold your applause until after each group of graduates have crossed the stage. There will be an opportunity for a truly thunderous applause after each group has graduated. Once all the degrees are conferred and all the cheers are cheered, the Vice-Chancellor will close the ceremony and a recession will play. Please remain standing during the recessional until all the platform party has processed out of the hall. I would also like to mention, today we are introducing a new feature to convocation. Our colleagues from Alumni Affairs and Development have developed a new social media platform developed for convocation. So share your photos, memories, and advice with graduating students by joining social media and using the hashtag #GuelphGrad. Finally, may I be the first to congratulate the students on their various successes and offer my congratulations to the family and friends who are here to support them. Welcome to the convocation at the University of Guelph.
the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
I would like to acknowledge the Attawandaron people on whose traditional territory the University of Guelph resides, and offer respect to our Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe and Métis neighbors as we strengthen our relationships with them. Some people think that if there's no higher power behind the universe, as many of you, including me, have concluded, there can be no real significance, much less spiritual significance, to an event like this. I disagree. If you are the parent or friend of one of these graduands, you know today is significant. Some of you may be so surprised and even shocked that your son, daughter, or friend made it to today that you now believe in miracles, if not God. You are proud of what they have achieved. As they face the challenge of finding the right context for their education, may you continue your support, always mindful that to be loving, caring, and encouraging is at the heart of providing the spiritual support that we all need in life. If you are one of the graduates who taught, cajoled, encouraged, and mentored these graduates to reach this milestone, you too know that this day is significant. May you have a deep sense that it was worth it, that this is what all their years of education were for, that this is what all your long years of education were for, and may you have renewed energy to do the same for the next class of undergrads. And for the students before me who are graduating today, may you be thankful, determined, and good. Thankful for your parents, your profs, and the life force that brought you into existence. Determined to make this world a better place, and good, both in your field and in your character. If spirituality is about values more than beliefs, you have been encouraged at the University of Guelph to embrace life-enhancing values like caring and compassion, along with your academic achievement. Whether you believe in a higher being, an impersonal life force, or simply in life, love, and goodness in our universe, may this be one of the most significant days of your life as you become more equipped than ever in whatever field you go into to change lives and improve life. Amen, which means so be it, and you may be seated.
Members of the board, honorary fellows and faculty of the university, families and friends of the graduands, and last but certainly not least, graduands, welcome to the celebration of convocation at the University of Guelph. My name is Franco Vaccarino, and I have the honor of serving as the president and vice chancellor of this great university. And I'm privileged today to welcome you to convocation. I'd like to extend a particular welcome to this afternoon's special guest, Dr. Bonnie Bassler. Dr. Bassler will be receiving her honorary Doctor of Science here, and she'll be introduced to you formally in a moment. Welcome, Dr. Bassler. As we begin today's convocation ceremony, I do believe that a few congratulatory remarks are in order. First off, graduates, this is your big day. You've worked hard, you've persevered, and you've made it. Well done, and well deserved. Now, I know that this day is largely about you, but before we go on, graduates, there is a group of individuals here who I'm sure you'd agree deserve your special attention. And these are the family members and friends who've supported you from the sidelines and throughout your time here at Guelph. So, might I suggest that we take a little detour here at Graduates. I invite you all to stand up, turn around, salute, and applaud your family and friends for their support from the sidelines. It's great, you got all the waves going in there, it's terrific. Thank you. In preparing this welcome, I reflected on how this university has prepared you, our graduates, for this very moment and for the years that would follow. Let me explain a little bit about that. I'm an optimist by nature, and in many ways, we are living through what might be remembered as one of the most exciting and important periods in history. The world today is marked by unprecedented dynamism, incredible advances in the life sciences and physical sciences, in information and communications technology, in the sheer volume, in the volume of discovery and knowledge that is unprecedented. And through all this change, advances in the social sciences and the arts and humanities test our belief systems. They challenge our constructs. They challenge them against new and evolving societal contexts. And by doing so, they offer new information that helps us adapt to these changing realities. We're also witnessing disciplines, areas in subject matter that had been isolated for years, coming together in fresh and exciting ways, like music and computer technology, healthcare and robotic engineering, manufacturing and agriculture. The interconnectedness of our world today makes knowledge more accessible and abundant than ever. This is accelerating discovery, and it's accelerating new learning faster than many of us can keep up with. So what are the attributes? What are the attributes of humans that will allow us to thrive in such dynamic and changing times? Well, they include the ability as individuals and as a university for us to adapt and to readapt in a healthy way to uncertainty and change. And by adaptation, I don't mean passive habituation. I'm referring to the act of very consciously and deliberately redefining ourselves based on what is going on around us. When faced with change, people adapt. Sometimes they adapt in healthy ways, and sometimes they adapt in not so healthy ways. The opportunity for you, our graduates, is to adapt to change in healthy ways, to undertake thoughtful analysis that will uncover what I like to call the upside of uncertainty and change. And that upside provides hope, it provides inspiration, and it fuels discovery. It's about taking uncertainty and change and turning it into something positive, something special. Today, an important part of our mission as a university has been to provide our students, you, our graduates, with an environment of broad perspectives and analysis, and the opportunity for you to adapt in healthy ways to a fast-changing world. Now, in pursuit of healthy adaptation, we must also remember and work to preserve and enhance what makes Guelph, the University of Guelph, so unique: our integrity, our team and community spirit, characterized by the willingness to look out for our neighbors and to work together towards common goals, and demonstrated through our volunteer work across this beautiful city of Guelph and truly around the world. How and what you choose to explore should be grounded in and guided by these timeless values. Now, our university has worked hard to provide you with the tools to successfully adapt and navigate through the complexities and dynamics of modern society, and to provide you with hope and clarity. We've tried to help instill an ability to adapt and indeed to thrive within a more ambiguous and ever-changing environment. And we've built a physical environment that has supported your campus experience, a campus experience that has exposed you to meaningful learning, world-renowned breakthroughs, and personal growth. And through all this, the University of Guelph has provided you with what I would say is a home away from home, during a key transition in your own personal journeys, during a key period of transformation in your own personal development. So in short, I believe that the university has provided you with a nurturing environment, an environment that has enhanced your learning and incubated new ideas by facilitating human interaction and productive collaboration. You know, the debate and discussion encouraged by university environments goes beyond information and technical skill. It is in this physical space that you've developed the analytical and the soft skills that will serve you well through each and every job you might have. What you've learned here goes beyond teaching of subject matter strictly, and it goes towards the process of learning, learning to learn, adaptation, and creativity. As successful graduates, many of you will blend knowledge, mixing and matching ideas from separate disciplines, from separate areas. Your time at Guelph has provided you with the creative and the intellectual skills to apply that knowledge in innovative, energizing, and in new and different ways. As you enter this next exciting stage of your lives, I encourage you to draw on all of the University of Guelph experiences as learners and as members of a very special community, and to bring the very best you have to offer to each and every experience you encounter, to your work life, to your personal relationships, and to your service to society. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chancellor, on the recommendation of the Senate of the University of Guelph, it's my great privilege to present to you Bonnie Bassler for the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa. Dr. Bassler is an internationally recognized microbiologist with a remarkable gift for teaching and public outreach. She's made essential contributions to the field of bacterial quorum sensing. This is a process that allows bacteria to communicate with each other and to change their behavior in unison, much like a multicellular organism. As a professor at Princeton University, Dr. Bassler has made truly exceptional contributions to research, training, and educating the next generation of scientists. She's a leader in serving the research community at large. Beyond being an excellent role model for aspiring female scientists, Dr. Bassler has made a great impact on all young scientists to consider science, especially microbiology, as a career. The energy and enthusiasm Dr. Bassler has for her field is unrivaled. She's a highly cited author who has published well over 100 manuscripts in high-impact journals. She engages in multiple teaching activities, as well as numerous university and non-university committees. She's also a much sought-after keynote speaker, and her TED Talk is among the website's most viewed sessions. Bonnie Bassler has captured the public's imagination with her outstanding outreach efforts. As president of the American Society for Microbiology and current chair of the Department of Molecular Biology at Princeton University, Dr. Bassler has demonstrated her strength of leadership. She has won many accolades, including the World Cultural Council Award for Scientific Merit, the Wiley Prize in Biomedical Sciences, the Richard Lonsbury Award, the L'Oreal UNESCO Women in Science Award, and the EMD Millipore Alice C. Evans Award. She has also received 3 honorary degrees and is an elected member to several well-respected societies, including the National Academy of Sciences. Dr. Bassler is a champion of science, both nationally and internationally. Her long list of achievements and honors, leadership in education, and communication of science make her an eminently worthy candidate for an honorary degree. I now ask you, Mr. Chancellor, to confer upon Bonnie Bassler the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
By the authority of the Senate of the University of Guelph, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. I am pleased to invite Dr. Bonnie Bassler to now give the convocation address.
First, a humble and heartfelt thank you, Mr. Chancellor and Professor Kursagara. Congratulations, Guelph class of 2015. Well done. Hey ho, go Griffs, go. You've shown keen insight and fabulous taste in choosing the biological sciences. I want to endorse your choice. In 1984, at UC Davis, when I was sitting in your spot, my plan was to go to graduate school to study how bacteria sense their world. My family's and my friends' reactions were, huh? Why not be a real doctor? Bacteria? Why not cure cancer? Some of you will be doctors. It's a wonderful profession, don't get me wrong. It's just not for me. I can't stand blood, and as you're obviously gathering, I have a lousy bedside manner. Hence, bacteria. So some of you will become physicians, others will become researchers, science writers, policymakers, entrepreneurs, teachers, lawyers, and some of you will go in directions which would surprise you today. No matter what aspect of biology you pursue, I'm here to tell you that you have a heck of an adventure in front of you. Over the past few decades, the electrical engineers, the computer scientists, and the information technologists have had a good run. Thank you for the internet, the cell phone, the digital shopping cart, YouTube. Those advances, while stunning, are only part of the story. Biologists have also developed revolutionary new tools: DNA and RNA sequencing, microarrays, proteomics, metabolomics, single molecule optics, microfluidics. These advances now allow biologists to understand and hack the awesome potential of living systems. Nature is, after all, the ultimate inventor, and she has been at it for 4 billion years. Naturally existing biological systems are astonishing in their range of abilities and their resilience. If we have any hope of solving the world's most challenging problems, food, health, energy, the environment, biologists must tap into nature's prior art. Here comes the part of the speech they call the charge to the graduates. This day symbolizes you passing from student, taker, to player, maker. You chose the biological sciences. Congratulations. There's suddenly a lot on your plate. You are now the stewards of our fragile planet and its assaulted ecosystem. A great job for you might be to figure out how to sustain it. Oh, and being good stewards of the environment is not going to be enough. You need somehow to feed the 9 billion people who are predicted to be living on this planet by 2050. You might take on that challenge. Feed the world. And what about health? Those 9 billion people deserve to live long and healthy lives. Maybe that should be your job. Plus, those 9 billion well-fed, healthy people need energy to heat their homes, fuel their cars, power their industries, and charge their cell phones. Okay, somebody raise their hand if you want to volunteer to make environmentally and politically neutral biofuel and make it at the scale that we need to save the world. Somebody? Somebody? Why are you looking at me? It's your job now. Why'd you go to school? And why'd you choose biological sciences if you didn't plan to save the world? Oh, you think somebody else is going to do it. No. You know, when I received my degree in biochemistry at UC Davis, I didn't think it was my job either. Back then, I too sat through a speech rallying us to take on world problems. But I mean, geez, what a bunch of blather. That speech was not for the Bonnie Basslers in the crowd. That speech was for the graduates who had supreme confidence, talent, direction. That speech was not for me. I was normal. But it was for me. And this speech is for you. Since that day, I've gone on an adventure, a biology adventure. Back then, people were sure that bacteria weren't important. They'd barely heard of them. Antibiotics had conquered them. Some scientists said all the important work in bacteria was already done. The big findings were gone, and bacteria were not the future. But bacteria still fascinated me. Today, we know that these puny little critters are powerhouses packed with 4 billion years of accumulated optimization. Today, we know the central role bacteria play in shaping the environment and maintaining plant, animal, and human health. Today, there is a ferocious scramble to mine bacteria for new genes, molecules, and biochemical pathways for medical, agricultural, and industrial application. My lab, filled with students just like you, has been a major player in this renaissance of bacterial possibilities. Today, we are on the cusp of making the first truly new antibiotic in 40 years. We could save millions of lives. And every single day, I hear my internal critics say, "You can't do it. You can't make a difference. It's someone smarter, someone more committed, someone harder working, someone luckier." But to that noise in my head, I say out loud, why not me? Why not me? And why not you? And why not now? It's urgent. Do you have an internal monologue and a critic like mine? Let it drone on. Do something amazing anyway. Now, when I face challenges, I ask myself, what's the worst thing that can happen to me if I fail? Like today, what's the worst thing that can happen if I give a crappy talk? They're gonna feed me dinner anyway, and they're gonna be nice to me. Our catastrophe fantasies are just excuses. Make a choice. Move forward. So figure out what questions excite you. What urgent issues do you want to take on? Set for yourself a huge, big, grand, world-shaking biology challenge. You. Go give the world its bio-Google, bio-PayPal, bio-Amazon, bio-Apple, bio-Microsoft, and bio-YouTube revolution. Congratulations.
Well, if you don't feel inspired, there's something wrong with you, okay? Suddenly I realized I should have become a biologist, so there you go. Thank you very much for these inspiring words. I think the importance of realizing it's up to us is a very important message. Thank you, Dr. Basler. Well, now it's the time that you've been waiting for. Will the graduating class please rise? Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I hereby accept you for admission to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining thereto.
Will members of the graduating class now please be seated?
Good afternoon, graduates, proud family and friends of the graduates. I'm sure you'll be excited, perhaps a little relieved, certainly happy to see your graduate walk across the stage, and you may want to express your emotions in some audible manner. This is fine, please go ahead. But may we ask the general audience to hold your collective applause until after the presentation of each of the degree programs, and we will provide the cue. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you this scholar from the College of Biological Science that he may be made admitted to the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Kasif Mahmoud. Going in. Congratulations. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Biological Science, that they may be admitted to the degree Master of Bioinformatics. Natalia Paulina. Sandeep Kaur Sandhu. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Biological Science, that they may be admitted to the degree Master of Science. Hannah Frances Brooks. Lee Norman Cameron. Jessica Elizabeth Kusevich. Rachel Elizabeth Derbyshire. Karen Rose Hawk. Sally Huyn. Ava Kavani Chahi. Ian Robertson Lamb. Nicole Alexandra Mackay. Adrian Rose McLean. Jillian Marie Merritt. Christopher Peter Roy Nolan. Roxanne Oshideri. Our master students from the College of Biological Science. Congratulations.
As before, ladies and gentlemen, I would request that you hold your collective applause to the end, when I will give you the secret signal, which will allow you to burst spontaneously into rapturous applause. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you these scholars from the College of Biological Science, that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science in the Honours Programme. Joseph Raphael Adesi. Joshua Vincent Adesi. Olivia Catherine Anderson. With distinction, Corey Arsenault. Natalie Marie-Eve Barry. Erica Rose Johanna Baxter. Joyce Wilhelmina Burkers. Matthew Nicholas Bordin. With distinction, Stephanie Marie Brunel. Catherine Elizabeth Budinsky. Sarah Katie Butler. With distinction, Suzanne Claudia Calvert. With distinction, Mackenzie Elizabeth Charter. Kerry Christina Chase. Jasdeep Kaur Chatha. Caitlin Michelle DeVoe. With distinction, Jacqueline Elizabeth DiCarlo. Carla Emilia Donatelli. Rebecca Ann Giesberger. John Aaron Gillis. Tiffany Puike Ha. Stephen Douglas Hons. Danielle Catherine Hopkins. Ernest Patrick Huggins. Anthony Justin Interessano. Carly Elizabeth Johnson. Michelle Catherine Jocelyn. Sean Kiernan Carbonneau. Devon Michael Kennedy. Virginia Rose Knox. Janelle Kendra Kuska. Jessica Ann Lynn Langford. Jacqueline Cynthia Lay. Peter Loparco. With distinction, Evan Edward Mann. Catherine Llewellyn McLean. Neil McLaughlin. James Albert McMurray. With distinction, Galen Melanson. Laura Alma Catherine Neal. Michelle Alexandra Ornorka. Hayley Claire Porter. Monique Power. Derek Stephen Quick. Morgan Blair Ramsey. Joshua Gordon Reason. Robert Anthony Glenn Rilling. Brianna Elizabeth Rossi. Melanie Sawulla. With distinction, Natalie Rose Seeken. Mark Philip Serazin. Dina Shamshun. Brittany Shum. Megan Marie Ornella Solomon. Stephen Ryan David Stern. Angelica Tuck. Anna Cecilia Usel. Cheyenne Walls. Teresa Wang. Christy Caitlin Weber. Rachel Wiles. With distinction, Danielle Williams. Kayla Ray. With distinction, Mitchell Harding Yasui. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Biological Science that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science in the general program. Kira Genevieve Belli. Serena Desange. Jenny Patricia Hughes. Leanne Polan. With distinction, Larissa Virginia Shenton. Dustin Frederick Orton Stevens. Zaid Rad Astifan Yusufani. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Biological Science that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Sciences in the Honours Programme. With distinction, Heather Marie Bond. Samantha Leah Rowe. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been impeccably restrained. It's time to raise the roof.
Mr. Chancellor, I would ask you to confer the various and several degrees on the graduates listed in the program but unable to be present at this ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on the graduates not present.
I have the pleasure of providing some final remarks to conclude today's ceremony, and I'm sure that you would like these remarks to be relatively quick, so I promise to do so that you have more time to celebrate your accomplishments with your family and friends. Today we came together to celebrate an important transition in your life, and it's easy to think of it as the end of a long process, with days of studying, exam, and assignments now over. But the process of learning did not begin here at the University of Guelph, nor will it end as you exit the room today to celebrate and take photos in the company of friends and family. Today's just the beginning of a lifelong learning process during which the education you received at the University of Guelph, both inside and outside the class, will serve you well. We hope you have succeeded in opening your eyes to the complexity of life and to the multitude of perspectives based on culture, upbringing, and experience. We hope that we've given you a glimpse of a greater knowledge of the world around us, of how humans interact with each other, for good or bad, of art and science and history, of the importance of caring for those around us and for the planet we live on. Remember that your education, the education that you have received here at the university, provides you with opportunities and responsibilities. On one hand, it allows you the capacity to take advantage of opportunities that serve your personal goals, but on the other hand, it highlights a bigger responsibility, a responsibility to play an important role in civil society, whether local, national, or international. We ask you to be active participants in the world around you, because the world needs you. The world needs you to resolve serious societal issues. We need you to make informed decisions that can take into account the complexity of the world around us. And we definitely need you to apply your knowledge and energy to address these increasingly complex social issues. And some of what I'll say here will touch upon Dr. Bassler's address, because as she noted, dealing with these problems is not easy, but on the other hand, a single person's effort can make a true difference. If not you, if not us, then who will be responsible to tackle the complexity of the world's problems? Your university education has provided you with critical skills to answer complex questions. It has provided you with ways to research, communicate, inform, and influence. So it is now up to you to put this knowledge to good use and make your mark on the world around you. And as you make that mark, remember that the University of Guelph has become a small part of who you are, but at the same time, you have become part of our collective history. Your association with the University of Guelph is lifelong. Know that you're always welcome to return, to visit, to learn more, to continue sharing in this vibrant community of learning. We're proud of your achievement, and on behalf of the entire University of Guelph, I offer you my personal congratulations and best wishes for an exciting and successful future. Congratulations. And now I'm the guy who gives the announcements. So we host several ceremonies today. And we're trying to make sure that we have this kind of organized chaos in these ceremonies. So as soon as you have departed from the hall, we will reset and set up for the next convocation in an hour or so. And so there's a few things that we'd like you to do. If you could all depart through the doors on the side, now it's my best airport person, on the side of the stage after the platform party has left the stage, and then we can admit the guests for the next ceremony through the back door. So we'd appreciate your cooperation on this. Following convocation, Dr. Mike Eames, the Dean of the College of Biological Science, will hold a reception for all graduates and their guests in Creelman Hall. This is an opportunity to congratulate the graduates, and we hope that you can arrange to attend. If graduates could please collect their belongings from downstairs before going to the reception, and we try to reduce the annual departure of gowns and hoods, so please, if you could return your gowns and hoods to the tent outside or downstairs, we would very much appreciate it. So once again, congratulations, graduates. We're proud of your accomplishment, and I will now turn to Chancellor Mervish for the final words.
Convocation is dismissed.